before we talk about this, I'll show you every single thing it did here in just a second. But you can see it did in fact generate 26 files. It technically created 23 and modified 3 ones. This is literally just from a Next.js, create CLI type deal. So I didn't write any of this code beforehand. And one thing I want to do, let me just save this. I wanted to show you guys all these new files. So let me just save this to this branch really quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swap back to 3.5 just because I want to show you what the same prompt with Claude 3.5 Sonnet did. This is all it did. So it got some of the footer stuff, SAS name. It kept like the basic Next.js page here. You can see it doesn't have any of these pages. I don't even think it has the auth pages. Like it literally just did, I want to say it did like 5 files. I already committed this, but it literally was just like 5 files. And so if we jump back to the 3.7 branch, this is every single thing it did, guys. So it did the main page. Okay, so there's like, there's like a few spacing things that maybe you would change, but this looks like absolutely incredible for an AI that did this in one shot from literally the prompt that you saw in my initial post, which is crazy. So we get like all of these incredible components in here. We click on, let me actually just refresh this. This is, let me rebuild this really quick. It's just going to complain because I switched branches. This page does, in fact, exist. Okay, so we have this features page with an incredible kind of features display here. We have a nice pricing page, right? Maybe you could make those a little bit wider. I wonder, it has mobile responsiveness. Okay, that's incredible. We can go to the about page, right? An incredible about page. It has a blog. I want to say even it created pages for the individual blog posts. Okay, maybe not. Maybe there's like a metadata error. But that's totally fine, right? Let me go back to localhost 3000 here. Let's rebuild this really quick. Okay, contact page, right? Really nice looking contact page. Like I said, we had the login page, we have a sign up page. So it did every single one of these pages, every single one of the components you're seeing in one shot. I didn't prompt it to like iterate on design. I didn't prompt it to do anything specifically. It literally just was like, oh, you want a Next.js SaaS template? Here you go. And I mean, this is like the kind of template that you see in the wild, people literally paying like $250 for. Like this is crazy. So one other thing I want to talk about really quick is they also are releasing Claude Code, which I've had a chance to play around with for a little bit here. This is a super sick tool. I have a feeling that devs are going to get really good at using this. It's kind of something like Cursor Agent, but it's like Claude's own CLI, which if you're someone like me and you're like really familiar with kind of pushing on crazy workflows, this thing's going to be unreal. So yeah, this model is like the best model for code, hands down. I cannot emphasize like how astounded I am by its creativity. Doing all of this in one shot is something that, many of you know I'm a big fan of O1 Pro. And I've also, of the recent Grok 3 release, been a big fan of those models. And they can output that same amount of code, but those models just don't have the same level of taste. They don't have the same level of design sense and creativity. And hopefully like an O3 full, when that comes out, maybe that gets there. Obviously like GPT 4.5 and GPT 5 are on the way. So hopefully that those models have a little bit more taste. But the combination of like being a coding powerhouse while also having tremendous taste is just off the chart. I mean, just look at this. Like this is great. Like 2 years ago when like GPT-4 came out or whatever, had you shown somebody this, they would have been astounded. Like this is, I mean, look how good this compare plans is. This is crazy. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but yeah, this model is tremendous. Really, really good job to the Anthropic team. They've been kind of sitting quiet for a while, and they really knocked it out of the park with this one.
Testing, 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 testing. All right, let's create a Python program where the user can make music by moving his hands in front of the webcam. So we're using Claude 3.7 Sonnet, and we've got the extended thinking mode on. It comes up with the code. We do get hit by some issue. I just copy and paste it right back into Claude. It tries again, encounters another issue. We throw it right back in there. It fixes everything, and now we have version 3 out of 3. Let's test it out. So it does it pretty well, very quickly, and it's able to fix the issues if we run into any. So overall, it's good. The only model that's able to do this better that I've noticed is the O3 Mini High, so that's OpenAI. But I love how fast it is and how quickly it debugs the issues. So with the voice modulator, there's some issues, so I'm still trying to troubleshoot it because there's also a issue where it starts like tracking your face instead of your hands. But with time, I'm sure I can like fix that. But overall, it produces kind of like a working program, which is pretty cool. Testing, 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 testing. Testing, 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 testing. Testing, 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 testing.
That's when Claude put him in timeout. Don't change that dial. More at 7. Same AI place. Same AI channel.
So this is Claude Cart. This is a Claude 3.7 Sonnet 3D generated game from one prompt in the browser. This is literally all the old model could do. You can see I'm racing against 3 CPUs here. So obviously this is just like really simple and silly, but what I'm basically trying to do here is I'm just trying to figure out how creative this thing is in ways that aren't like building React apps. You can see we even got a race complete. So like this is a game that's like Marble Blast Gold, if anybody remembers that from like the OG Mac days, which is pretty crazy. So we have this like platforming marble game, right? And all these are pretty much like this one I think was like 2 iterations or something like that. This one's the least impressive one I did, but this was just like a 2D platformer. But yeah, I'm just trying to see where the creativity is here with the new model. Kind of cool. The Claude Cart one was the game that has most impressed me so far. But if anyone makes cool stuff like this, let me know, because I'm finding this to be pretty fun for an eval. Is like comparing this to O1 Pro and Grok 3 and all the different models. And 3.7 Sonnet is blowing these other ones out of the water. It's making some like pretty compelling stuff. I know I saw Levels IO did the flight simulator, which is kind of where I got this idea from. So I'm really curious to see what kinds of games these models is. If you're familiar with like some of the Minecraft evals for models, this is kind of what it reminds me of. We almost need like a game gen eval, because I think over the next year or two, what we're going to be able to create on demand is going to get pretty wild. So anyway, I thought this was kind of fun.